the video, I'll try to deliver as much detail regarding how to use our devices and read the reports to your end clients. So when you purchase the devices, how you should grab the devices is with your index finger should come up as like a top here to capture the image and hold it. And then on the bottom part, as you can already know that there's a sterilization embedded. So every time you use for the different clients, make sure the corded is plugged in and you will see the blue lights, which is sterilization is ongoing. It's only going to take up to 3 minutes, so it shouldn't be a problem to use for the next clients. So make sure that you sterilize before another person come into your thread. So this is how you should grab and enable to capture. You should grab like this, and then based on the sections, you're gonna directly attach this lens part into your scalp 90-degree and then try to aim the clear follicle image in order you to do the focus points. So capturing the correct image is crucial. So we recommend doing the practice before you actually arrange the meeting with your end clients. So once you purchase the devices, we already delivered the software login information. If you did not receive that email of the login detail, then please send us an email. Most likely it already went to your spam inbox, so make sure that you check your junk or spam inbox before contacting us. So let me share my screen. So this will be the first interface of when you log in with your login credentials. So on the top sections, obviously the numbers will look different. On here, you will see the AI analysis. Before jumping into this AI analysis, if you were a first user, then please make sure that you click this new register and type your name or your client name, phone number, the gender, date of birth, and all T's and C has to be clicked besides this marketing opt-in. So this data will safely store on our Amazon Web Service. So this is how you should create the account, client's account. Once you create it, then you can click this AI analysis. And these are all the analysis that you are able to do with that yearly subscription plan. So let's start with the scalp and move into the skin and AI beauty. So for the scalp, we do have two different scalp analysis. The first one that I'm circling is a comprehensive scalp analysis. This is when you want to comprehensively understand their scalp conditions. The second thing is when you see the clients, you can see the severe hair loss progressions, then that's the time when you will do this hair loss analysis. You will conduct either one, not both, and most likely you will conduct this comprehensive scalp analysis. Let me jump into the analysis example. So for the practice sessions, we will recommend taking the photo with our devices of your client or yourself of crown, front, back, and sides, and try to aim like these kind of great quality of the photo in order us to deliver the accurate reports of the scalp conditions. So on the report, we do have 4 different sections, which is summary, detail, hair loss, and solutions. Most likely, if you did not purchase the product customization as an add-on feature, then this solution parts will be toggled off. Once you purchase your product customization, like willing to show your own product based on the scalp type, then this solution part will be toggled on later. So going back to the summary, summary is all about pointing system. So when you see PTS, it's a point system. So close to 100, their scalp condition is good. So you could exactly explain to your end client same way that I just did. Within the four photo that we've been captured across the sections, we will automatically deliver their main scalp type, sub-scalp type, score by area. So obviously the lower score, that's the section they have to improve throughout the treatment. Within the 4 clicks, we are able to deliver 10 detailed scalp aspects, including sensitivity, dandruff, sebum, all these aspects within a couple clicks with our devices. Once you click this me versus other, we currently do have more than 5 million global database. So of your client's demographic will be highlighted in gray. Your actual client's gonna highlight it in blue so they could clearly see what's there below the average and above the average. Among the photo that you've been taken with our devices, then we will automatically detect the most thinning parts and healthy parts and consider that two deviation to calculate this hair loss index. Important thing is lots of provider ask whether they could take multiple photo per section, and yes, up to 4 image per sections that you could take in any of the section that you want to focus on. Minimum 2 image. So one each for at least 2 sections will be recommended because we would like to calculate this hair loss index. So minimum 2 up to 16 photo is able to capture with our devices. When there's a multiple photo per sections, then we will automatically consider the mean value of all the aspect as well. So when we go into the detail, this is where your professional advice will add on. So how many follicle is visible across the sections that you've been taken with our devices. And you can see the index color with the green dots. So this is accounting the number of the follicle. How many hairs are coming up each follicle? If it's 1 hair, red, 2 hair, yellow, 3 or more is green. And you can see the different color index in case yourself or your end clients would like to clearly understand each definitions, then simply click this view info to get more detailed informations, how we define each terminology. Hair thickness measure from tip of the hair. So thick hair green, normal size yellow, the vellus hair is red. Hair volume is different to the follicle density, means this is how from the outside, how fuller their hair is looking. So that's the reason why we highlighted the whole hair strand in blue and it's indicated in percentage. One of the important thing is, could you see this 30s females of the average? So at the downsides of the notations, we indicate the average of their demographic. And here, the actual on the section, you will see average 27.35% is your actual client data. So they could clearly see whether they're not below the average or above the average on each scalp aspect as well. Sensitivity. We are detecting the redness of the scalp. So you can see if there's a lot of highlighted, that means we are detecting the redness. So for example, when we see the 3 photos at the bottom, you can see on the right-hand side of the image are showing very reddish of the scalp. So we are going to highlight it all that red versus the left-hand sides, you are not visibly seeing the redness of their scalp. So this is how we detect sensitivity. Dandruff, easy concept. It's a flakes that any of them that we could detect, and we highlight it in a blue highlight site here in percentage. And when you capture the image, we're gonna ask for 4 seconds to hold that camera for the certain area. The reason why is through the UV lights, we are able to detect the sebum. And whenever we detect the excessive sebum, then we could highlight it with the pink with the yellow box. And as you can see, it's we're showing the section from the worst. So let's say it's not number of the size of the number of the sebum, is the size of the sebum. If we see a bigger sebum, then we're going to highlight it first of that sections as well. The gray hair ratio analysis, we just launched this, and automatically we're going to detect the percentage of the gray hair versus non-gray hair across the sections. And on the right-hand side, you will see their demographic average data. So your client could clearly understand where they're standing for. And within the one scanner, which I'm currently holding the scanner, this is the lens part, and this is a non-contact sensor where we're enabled to measure moisture, scalp heat, and hair odor. Especially for the hair odor, we are detecting the smell of the hair. We're not detecting whether the smell is good or bad. So when you explain to your clients, we recommend your clients to wash their hair the day before coming to your clinic. Do not put any of the hair care products. However, if they put some of the wax or gel or perfume or serum, that hair product smell could impact this gauge of the hair odor. So if it's in a warning range, then you could verbally mention that it doesn't really mean that your hair smell is bad. In some of the case, if they did not put any of the hair care products, but you can see the hair odor is coming from the crown area, then you could verbally mention because of the excessive sebum, it seems that your hair odor is coming out. When you go into the hair loss, we already highlighted this index on the summary sections. So automatically, we're going to detect the most thinning parts and healthy parts. Consider that two deviations to indicate the hair loss index in percentage. But we're going to look into four different sections, which is follicle density, hairs per follicle, thickness, and volume. And we're always going to compare the two sets of the sections like this, thinning hair area and normal hair area. And this will be the great way that you can engage with your clients regarding their hair loss progressions. Below here on the solution parts, based on their main scalp type, we are able to showcase a certain product regimens or solution, treatment, supplements, devices of your product as well. So if you are interested to purchase this add-on feature of the product customizations, then please let us know. This is the sample of the UX. Actually, this is showcasing our professional line and how it's going to look like. Once you click the share button, we currently do offer for the global customer two-way to share the reports, either WhatsApp or QR code. Especially for the QR code, when you share this URL through their email or SMS, this will only last from their phone for 30 days. From the provider side, it's going to permanently save on this cloud server base, so you could keep track all the detail of the scalp aspect. So this is a detail of the reports, how you could present to your end clients. And if the client's gonna actually receive this whole comprehensive reports, and if they say, oh, this is too complex information from understanding my scalp type, then just only focus on the summary, which is all about the pointing system. So they could clearly understand close to 100, their scalp condition is good. So that's easy how they could understand their scalp condition. So now I'm going to move into the hair loss analysis, which the only difference between the hair loss and then the comprehensive is whether we're going to incorporate the macro image taken with your camera or your tablets. So on each sections with the device, we're going to ask, please capture the thinning part first. And please capture the normal parts. And using your phone or tablet camera, you were able to upload it your client crown. So this will be your actual client crown image and frontal. Once you uploaded the macro and micro, starting as a summary, as I mentioned, summary is all about pointing system. PTS is a point system. So close to 100, their scalp condition is good. We will automatically indicate their hair loss stage scale from 1 to 7. and the percentage of the crown hair loss, the frontal hair loss, and hair volume score in points. So when you go into the crown hair loss, this will be the image that you will upload it of your clients. Then we will automatically highlight it where the severe hair loss area is, the mild hair loss area is, and on the right-hand side is a visual stimulation, how it's going to look like throughout the treatment service if they continue with you. So it's delivering the visual impact then to revisit your clinic. For the frontal, this will be your client image, and we will highlight it where their current hairline is and ideal ratio is. And based on the difference of the area percentage, then we will show good, normal, caution warning. And on the right-hand side is a visual stimulation, how it's going to look like throughout the treatments. Hair volume score, we're going to consider three different aspects, which is hair count, hair thickness, and hair volume. In order us to accurately count the hair count, we're gonna multiply between the follicle density. You remember the green dots that we shown on the other reports? The green dot like this, multiplied by hairs per follicle. So we could calculate the accurate hair count per sections, and we're going to show the difference between the thinning parts and healthy parts. Obviously, if there's a big difference, then there's a hair loss progression ongoing. Below here of the detail analysis, we're always going to compare their most thinning area and healthy area in terms of follicle density. Hairs per follicle. All the terminology is exactly the same what we gone through on the comprehensive hair thickness. And for this hair loss analysis, we always gonna highlight it the sections of their lifestyle habits. So after you capture the devices, if they are new clients, then we're gonna ask a quick questionnaire asking about their symptoms or these kind of lifestyle habits. When you fill out the questionnaire, make sure the first two questions is filling out from the provider sides, not the client sides, because that answer could impact this reports. So considering this, their lifestyle habits, you will verbally mention how their hair loss progression might be correlated to these lifestyle. The reason why I mentioned that you will conduct either hair loss or the scalp analysis is once you click this view detail, you will still get all the detail of the scalp conditions to comprehensively understand their current status of their main scalp type, the scalp care priority score by item, the spider web is still providing the sensitivity level, dandruff level, sebum level, gray hair. All these details will still provide also on the hair loss analysis and also for the solution parts, and all the reports is able to share. So for the scalp industry, you will have a choice either conducting this comprehensive scalp analysis or in-depth hair loss analysis. So if I'm your client, I come in January this year and I already conduct the initial one, then on their second visit, make sure that you conduct another analysis so we could run the before and after. Before coming into this before and after, we will obviously need at least two data sets of the analysis in order us to compare how the report's gonna look like. From the provider side, you will select any of the dates. So it could be even on the same day interval, or it could be on a 3 months, 6 months, 1 year. It's up to you. Obviously, if it's a longer periods of the interval, then you could show the big impact if they under the assumption that they keep continue the treatment service through you. So it's not only showing the image of the comparisons of the certain data sets, but also which scalp aspect has been improved throughout the treatments. So it's a great way that you could do the quantitative data-driven consultation with your clients that, let's say, follicle density has been improved, sensitivity has been improved, and all the blue highlight is that you could highlight it that your treatment service is actually working for them. So as you can see, this is a pointing system, so close to 100, there are certain aspect has been improved throughout the treatments that you've done for the before and after comparisons. So by scrolling by below button that you could explain to your end clients that see actually like your it seems that the treatment service is actually working. Shall we arrange the next treatment? And that's how you could lead the consultation service with your end clients. But let's say I visit more than 10 times and you would like to show some of the trend graph to your end clients, then simply click this history and just toggle on this customer and type certain client name based on the name and the last four digits of the phone number. You are able to pull out all the history of the certain clients. So this is all the analysis that I personally conducted through the Beacon solutions. And when I click the scalp analysis, I could see the trend graph with the different dates that I conducted. So it's a great way that you could engage with your clients. And if any of the certain dates that you want to recall her memory, then simply click the body button and then go through the reports as well. If you want to highlight it, some of the scalp aspects improvements, then click this detail analysis. And by clicking this dot button, you could show how the follicle density has been improved for the certain periods. And then you could add your professional advice on that. So you could understand all the detail of the aspect is trackable. So that's a reason why make sure that you keep continuously do the scalp analysis whenever your client visits. And when you click the scalp before and after, you will see what date that you have conducted, what's the data sets that you've been compared, and etc. And also for the hair loss, you will see the client's crown and frontal of the macro image as a summary and the hair loss stage as a summary. So you could clearly understand if you click the detail analysis, you are able to track the follicle density, hairs per follicle, and thickness. One other, I think that's the major things for the scalp analysis. One of the things that I will recommend is understanding your own audience by clicking this dashboards. So we do provide this company dashboard in order you to understand your own audience. So once you click it, this will be the total customer number analysis. And if you have a multiple devices that you could filter with the different branch, with the different duration, you were able to track your new customer rate, the revisit rate. And below here, let me show you, below here, you will see the gender ratio, the age distribution, the skin tone, and the hair type. Once you click this analysis statistic, then you were able to see your major scalp type of your audience. So let's say at our HQ, we do have major sensitive and dry, meaning we always have to have a suiting product set ready to sell out. So it's a great way to engage with your clients and understand what kinds of product or lots of provider uses information to do the inventory forecast. The top five scalp issue, and then you can see all the data is trackable. If you, as I already mentioned, about the branch management, let's say you are a head spa owner, hair clinic owner, you also do have a salon, or even in a one location, you do have a multiple devices, and each stylist have their own devices. Then with the certain devices name that you could search how many customer that she conduct the analysis and what's the monthly analysis count. And these are all the most customer filter options as well. So this from the HQ side, you could do also the branch management as well. So this is a great way how to understand your own audience. And that's important that every time your client come, that you could conduct all these analysis. One of the other great thing, besides the US customer, in case that you need a local language support, could you see this language change? Then we currently do have 11 different language. So let's say you need Espanol, then immediately all these reports will be translated into the local language. So make sure you utilize based on who you are sharing to. So this will be our onboarding for the scalp. And one of the great thing is when you go into our global site under the training, we do have a image asset supports. Let's say you want to promote your hair clinic to be different because you are utilizing our AI powered scanner, then just let us know which asset type that you need. Then we could deliver this in a high resolution image file. You could print it out, do on the stand banner, or include this image on your social media, EDM, or SMS message. Try to promote and engage with your audience that your clinic is different. Also, all the manual and video assets is available here in case you want to learn about our global reference or step-by-step guideline for the certain environment, how you could utilize in certain environments. Then please click one by one and it will direct to our the marketing platform where you could get more detailed understanding. So this is how you could use on a hair salon where your client come into your clinic. They will fill out their information through our beauty AI beauty analysis. They will conduct some of the hairstyle or the hair color try-on analysis. And then after the scalp scanning, based on their main scalp type, they could know that which product they're going to use during the treatment service or the styling. So this is how they could do the scalp analyzer and then showcasing your own product and do the washing, the styling of their hair. And once they revisit, then you could do before and after analysis, showcasing how the product or the treatment service is working for them. So we do have all the details step by step. And then before your client go home on their phone, they could have a tangible digital asset ready to view. So this will improve their satisfaction level of your client journey. So, so through this, all the assets is available. And one other thing that I would like to highlight it is, as I mentioned, when you share through the QR code, that reports from the end client sites, it only lasts for 30 days, a month. But let's say your client said, I want to permanently track all my progressions of my scalp conditions, then we also do have a free app called with Beacon. So with Beacon is bring your confidence back with Beacon. Bring your confidence back. So type with Beacon on iOS or Android using the same phone number they've been registered on your provider app, the Beacon Pro. Then automatically on their interface, they could check all their progression of their scalp condition as well. So through the official sites, you could gain lots of detail of the informations and in the future, if you have any of the questions, then we do have a WhatsApp channel available on our official sites. So please share your email ID, which we could access your backends in order us to solve any of the issue. Thank you. And then this is for the onboarding for the scalp industry. I will have another session for the skin. So if you are both on scalp and skin, please view the video, this video, and then the skin as well. Thank you.